Laptops with flexible screens still aren't ready for the mainstream, but Asus' first attempt shows promise. This folding laptop will blow your mind. There's no denying that the idea behind the Zenbook 17 Fold OLED is a compelling one, and one that tries admirably to solve the issue of making bigger screen machines more portable. In today's video, we will be sharing some amazing feature of Asus Zenbook 17 Fold OLED. So stay tuned till end of the video and don't miss any of these. But before continuing further, kindly hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon, so you never missed any update from us. Let's continue with our video. More a costly proof of concept than a laptop you would consider buying. Asus's Zenbook 17 Fold OLED is a step forward in PC design that will hopefully lead to future development. Let's look at some of the amazing feature of this futuristic laptop. Design. The Zenbook is a little prettier, thanks to some leather panels and a bit of lovely frosted glass around back. But it's clear Asus didn't try to deviate too much from Lenovo's formula. We have a big flexible OLED display that's augmented by a built-in kickstand and a detachable magnetic keyboard that neatly fits inside the gap that forms when the system is folded in half. While it's a bit bulky, measuring 1.25 inches thick in clamshell mode and weighing just over 4 pounds including its keyboard, 4.04 to be exact, the Zenbook 17 Fold is still lighter than a lot of similarly sized traditional laptops. In laptop mode, the Zenbook 17 Fold converts to a system that's similar in size to a 12.5-inch notebook. This is great when you're trying to get work done on an airplane tray table or anywhere else space is a premium. And because the detachable keyboard sits on top of the bottom half of the screen, you still get a very familiar mousing and typing experience. Display. Asus OLED laptops deliver exceptionally detailed and realistic visuals, with a cinema-grade 100% DCI-P3 color gamut. This means that the colors reproduced on the display are richer and more vivid. It's ideal for color-intensive projects, but also enhances any kind of content. As for the screen itself, Asus touts a peak brightness of 500 nits for HDR content, though in more typical conditions, I found that the Zenbook outputs closer to 350 nits, which is plenty bright for general use. We're on the outside of the display. There are half-inch bezels that do look kind of chunky compared to other modern laptops. But given the amount of bending, flipping and moving of the screen you do with the Zenbook, I don't think I'd want them any smaller, at least not until Asus can shave some weight off this thing. The real highlight of the 2560 by 1920 OLED panel is all the bright colors and deep blacks. I know OLED screens are becoming more popular on premium systems, but the vibrancy you get from them is even more impressive on a flexible display. The screen's one small weakness is its shiny coating, which likes to pick up fingerprints while also being a bit more reflective than your typical glossy panel. I also want to mention that despite its display dominating the Zenbook's design, its quad Dolby Atmos speakers sound quite good for its size. Cameras. To handle video calls, the Zenbook features a nifty set of cameras which include a 5-megapixels main shooter and some IR sensors, which can be used for facial login or to detect your presence. This allows the laptop to automatically lock itself when you walk away for some added security, or to turn on a screensaver to reduce battery drain and prevent potential burn-in. The one quirk is that because the Zenbook was designed to be primarily used in desktop mode, you'll get vertical pics and videos in laptop mode, which isn't exactly ideal for meetings. Meanwhile, because the webcam sits on the side of the display in desktop mode, properly positioning your face in the center can be a little tricky too. Speakers. The speakers, meanwhile, are very clear and detailed. They're capable of outputting some serious volume too, just don't expect any bass response. For casual viewing, dialogue comes through clean and clear, but if you want to enjoy some music, then you should probably get your headphones out. Ports. You get 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, a headphone socket, and that's it. It's worth keeping in mind that charging will take up one of your 2 ports as well, so you'll likely want to invest in a decent USB-C hub. Performance. The Zenbook 17 Fold is pretty well rounded with an Intel Core i7-1250U CPU, 16 GB of RAM, and 1 TB of storage. Performance was generally smooth, and I only encountered a few hitches once the battery dipped below 5%. But the choice of a U-series chip means the Zenbook isn't quite as powerful as many traditional clamshells. In short, it can handle typical productivity, and even a bit of very casual gaming. Just don't expect much more than that. Keyboard and software. Alright, so far everything has been pretty positive. But without getting overly doom and gloom, it's time to talk about the Zenbook's flaws. In theory, its magnetic keyboard is the perfect companion for a flexible hybrid. It connects wirelessly over Bluetooth, and its tailored dimensions mean you can tuck it away neatly inside the display while traveling. You even get 1.4 mm of key travel, which is pretty great on a peripheral this thin. Unfortunately, actually using it feels like trying to give medicine to an upset baby, because no matter how nicely you ask, it just won't listen to you. At first, the keyboard struggled to stay connected, which meant I had to unpair and repair it every time the Zenbook went to sleep. Then I noticed that its touchpad was jumpy and erratic, sometimes bouncing around without me moving my finger or being slow to respond to commands. To make matters worse, while the system is supposed to automatically recognize when you lay the keyboard on top of the bottom half of the screen in laptop mode, for some reason the Zenbook simply ignored that procedure when launching certain apps. This causes everything to jump back into full screen mode until you lift the keyboard and drop it down again, which is downright frustrating, especially when you're trying to play a game. It's not just me either. Practically every other person who has reviewed the Zenbook 17 Fold has encountered similar issues, which is a real shame because it puts a real damper on the device's potential. Furthermore, while the keyboard has a USB-C port for charging and excellent battery life, upwards of 12 hours, you still have to charge it separately. There's no backlighting either. This feels like a weird oversight compared to something like a Surface Pro and Microsoft's tight covers, where you never need to worry about connectivity issues or keeping the keyboard topped up because they're an integral part of the system. But with the Zenbook, while it looks like a core component, the keyboard feels more like an afterthought. Charging and battery life. When it comes to longevity, one of the big fears with a flexible convertible like this is that all the extra support required to hold everything together takes up valuable room where a battery might go. But to my pleasant surprise, the Zenbook 17 Fold fared better than I expected. On our local video rundown test, it lasted 14 hours and 9 minutes in desktop mode, and an even better in laptop mode. That's a good mark for any portable PC, and as long as you're not overloading the processor, the Zenbook's battery holds up during everyday use as well. Charging is handled with a 65-watt USB-C adapter that's provided in the box. It also benefits from a feature called Easy Charge, which allows it to accept charging from a variety of sources at 5V to 20V over USB-C, including power banks. This is very handy if you forget your charger. Asus Zenbook is a great laptop for anyone who wants to have an ultra-portable, yet powerful machine. We hope that you have enjoyed our video. Kindly give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon, so you never miss any update from us. Thanks for watching the video.